Hi, welcome everybody. This is Capital Jazz TV. My name is Tony Richards here aboard the beautiful Carnival Freedom here, joined by the incredible, the talented, and this is my girl, y'all. Goapele joins us live here on Capital Jazz TV. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. We're so glad to have you here joining us here aboard the Capital Jazz SuperCruise.
Thank you.
Is this your first time aboard a cruise ship doing a performance?
It is. I've heard about the Capital Jazz Cruise for years, and people kept telling me how much fun it was, but it's my first time being on here.
How does it feel performing, or rather being on a cruise ship and gonna have to perform?
Yeah.
Is it rocky for you or
Well,
anything
it's
like that?
no. This boat. I mean, this ship is so huge.
Yeah.
It's not rocky at all, and it's been kind of nice just getting to hang out and enjoy other artists, and have my time where I'm gonna perform, but I don't usually get to hang out and work at the same time.
Wow.
So it's been really nice.
Well, I got to start by telling you, and for all those that are watching right now, I am probably, let me correct that. I'll just say that I am the #1 Goapele fan on the planet Earth. Okay.
Wow.
So if anybody out
You
there,
and my mom, huh?
anybody, okay, I'll let mom have #1. Okay, I won't top mom, so I'll just say after mom, it's me. So let's not even argue about that. I know you're probably Goapele fans. I am the #2 Goapele fan on planet Earth, and I'm really, really loving this new project, Strongest Glass.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about the new album and the way you put this album together.
Strong as Glass is out now. I'm really excited. It's my 4th album. And it's, I just keep trying to figure out how to evolve as an artist, as a singer, how to expand vocally, which I felt like I was able to do on this album. As a writer, collaborating with other writers and learning different things. So I got to work with Eric Benet on this album. I got to work with Snoop.
Okay, we got to stop for a second. Because Snoop Dogg is not your typical vibe for Goapele.
Yeah,
How did that whole collaboration happen?
He's my typical vibe for like riding around in the car. You know what I mean? And I'll listen to him all day. But I think it was kind of an unexpected collaboration.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful that we got to get in the studio and work on this song, Hey Boy, together.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun. And I think, it has kind of a retro funk R&B kind of vibe to it, which we both can relate to. So, it ended up feeling natural, even though it was unexpected.
And this is kind of a different vibe for you, doing an up-tempo cut like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually the songs of mine that people dance to aren't typical. You know what I mean? It's like Closer or Play or Milk and Honey, songs that you wouldn't expect to hear on the radio, but people have their, jams. I find stuff on YouTube all the time. But Hey Boy was, it's more straight ahead, kind of up-tempo kind of jam, but I felt like it still fit me, when I heard the music, I liked it. It made me feel good, so I was like, let me try it out.
I mean, this is going to be a club banger. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. And
Yeah.
Keith Harris produced it, who is a friend of mine, produced a lot of stuff with the Black Eyed Peas and Estelle, and just incredibly talented.
And then you also mentioned Eric Benet. Now, I know you wrote one of the songs with Eric Benet,
Yeah.
and then you performed with him on one of the other songs, right?
Yeah, we wrote a duet together called Some Call It Love. And it was great to get in the studio with him. We had run into each other over the years at different events. And even sometimes we were on the same, radio shows. And we'd perform and we just say, we got to do something together. But you never know. There's so many people that you say that with. And then you just hope that the stars will align. And it was really fun being in the studio with him. He's just like got music dripping out of him, and he has a great sense of humor. So he's, disarming, and we got to do that ballad, and we also got to do a duet called My Love with Keith Harris also produced that.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's just like a fun jam.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about, because I want people to know really who Goapele is, the background of Goapele. So what does your name mean?
My name means to move forward, and it's a family name. It was my
Okay.
grandmother's maiden name
Okay.
in South Africa.
And then your mom and dad, I know they're from two different parts of the country, or the
Mm-hmm.
world, rather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So my family is pretty spread out from the South Africa Bay Area. You know, my mom's German, Jewish, and left there through Israel and New York. So,
Yeah.
um, it's an international thing going on, and then so there's been a lot of family that we've made,
Sure.
extended family that we've made through different communities in the Bay Area.
Yeah. And then outside of being, I know we talked about this earlier, being a mother, a businesswoman. I mean, businesswoman, performer. You're also a mother
Yeah,
of a 7-year-old
yeah,
daughter. Yeah.
yeah.
So, putting that all together, is it hard to balance the act between being that mother, businesswoman, singer, artist,
Yeah.
performer?
It's less sleep is what it is.
Wow.
I feel like show business is one of those things like you just get up and you rise to the occasion when it's there, because each time, I mean, I feel grateful to be able to get in front of an audience. So you never know how tired you're going to be, what time it is, but most of it was at night, and I'd be, even when I'd record songs, it would be from the afternoon to the break of dawn, in the morning. And now, with it being a mom, also, it's like I got to wake up early. I can't sleep in anymore. So it's sometimes going to the studio in the morning
Yeah.
and kind of learning how to turn on that creative energy and not just waiting till it naturally comes to you, So it's just firing on all cylinders.
Wow. So I'm
Yeah.
sure being a mother is probably your first love. Maybe music is your second love. Any other hidden talents about Goapele that we don't know about?
I love dancing on my own. I do
Really?
like Afro Haitian, Afro Cuban dancing sometimes. I love yoga
Okay.
and Pilates. I love fashion, and also acting. And so I've been getting into those different worlds more so. And also, I really appreciate community organizing. So I like building with different people, around women's health and empowering youth.
Yeah.
And,
Why is that so important to you?
well, both of my parents were very community minded. My dad left South Africa under the apartheid system with a group hoping to change that system. And so in the Bay Area, there were a lot of rallies and stuff like that we would go to. And there would be music, there'd be music playing in our houses, there'd be music at protests. It just kind of naturally went together.
Okay.
And even, as a youth, I was in this organization, Empowered Youth Educating Society, and we'd kick it on Fridays, but we'd also help lead workshops, and I would sing at those because I was too nervous to talk, but I was like, I can sing. I'm in my comfort zone if I do music, and hopefully I can affect people that way. So I feel like it's always been bridged together for me. And I do music for fun, but ultimately it's to connect with people and bring some kind of positive energy into the world.
I pick up a really cool, really relaxed, and a really good spirit from you.
Thank you.
Would you say that comes from your parents, or is that just the way you are?
My parents, my dad's not alive anymore, but I feel like he was an amazing kind of laid back, easy to be around, but very socially aware person.
Yeah.
And my mom is one of those people that's just there for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we kind of grew up having that house, that people would come to, and it's just like, if you're making dinner and more people walk in the door, you just put a little bit less and make, on each plate and make a little more of something else. And it was just kind of that vibe of you don't have to be blood to be family. And it's, so I think, they were both really humble people. Yeah. I don't know about laid back, but I got something from.
So let's go back to the project, the record Closer. And I know earlier you were talking about, I didn't even know this about the story behind that was a family kind of project. Your brother, was a DJ, and then you guys raised money and sold,
It
1,000 albums
was
on that.
the ultimate grassroots underground story. Yeah, with Closer, it started as an EP in the Bay Area. My family and I raising funds just to press up 1,000 CDs. I felt like I always knew I wanted to be in music, but I didn't know where my spot would be. And I was really afraid of being exploited and being convinced to do something different than was naturally my style and what I wanted to say and how I wanted to look. So I really wanted to do things on my own terms. So instead of going into the industry and seeking it out, we just kind of made something, and I was like, if I can get my music out there and prove that people like it and get my own following, the industry will come to me and then we can grow from there.
Yeah.
So, we started a family label, Skyblaze Recordings, and it started with 1,000 or 2,000 CDs, got to 65,000 CDs, and then started partnering up, with major distribution. But I feel really thankful because I feel like I've always got to really decide where I want to go musically.
Wow. So all of that has led to the dropping of this new album, Strong as Glass, and I have my signed copy of it right here. What do you hope will be the outcome of this project?
Bigger audiences. There's so many places I want to go. There's so many cities that I haven't been yet, where I want to perform and connect with people. So that's what I'm hoping for every album. I just visualize more and more cities and even getting out more internationally. I've got to South Africa and Europe. I still want to get to Japan. I'm doing a U.S. tour in November and December, and people can go to @Goapele, on Instagram, Twitter, Goapele.com. Goapele. I know that's a hard one for those tour dates, but I'll be out there. I'll be in the East Coast, the South, West Coast, Midwest.
Yeah. Is there, and I know this is probably a tough question, is there a favorite cut on here or a cut that means the most to you?
It changes all the time, but I think Strong as Glass was powerful for me to record, and that's why I chose it as the title track. And I feel like it really kind of tells our story as women, especially women that are just out there, raising a family, working hard, holding up the world, on their shoulders. And there's that strength and there's that vulnerability that you feel at any given time, and just how to balance that. So that's kind of the story with the title track, Strong as Glass.
Well, there it is, everybody. The album is out there. She gave her contact information. You can hit her on Twitter, and you're on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
And trust me, man, she does respond. She will respond. She will reply.
Huh?
I know she will. So we're looking forward to seeing you perform. I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited about it.
Thank you.
And so excited about your future because you're going to do some really big things. I can feel that in the atmosphere already. I'm looking forward to the big things that you're going to do.
Thank you. And I'm going to see you in D.C.
You got it.
Right?
You got it. So again, everybody, Goapele is joining us here on Capital Jazz TV. Again, here's the latest album, Strong as Glass. Get your copy. She is the bomb. She's the one. Goapele. I'm Tony Richards. Again, thanks for joining us here on Capital Jazz TV.